Tucker Carlson is back. Yesterday, he posted the first episode of his new show on Twitter called Tucker on Twitter, causing a liberal media meltdown, especially for Brian Stelter, because Tucker Carlson is doing things that little Brian could never even dream of. So stay tuned for that. It was a 10-minute monologue where he talked about the state of the American media and the latest apparent false flag over in Ukraine. There was a dam that was destroyed, and the liberal media is blaming Russia for it, just like they did the Nord Stream pipeline, but didn't make any sense that Russia would blow that up. Doesn't make any sense that they would destroy the dam either. So the liberal media is not very happy about this. The Huffington Post is complaining that Tucker Carlson's new Twitter show, seen by millions, starts with conspiracy theories. The former Fox host vowed to be back for much more very soon. The Washington Post says Tucker Carlson drops first episode of Bare Bones Twitter show. The 10-minute monologue included criticism of Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky and talk of UFOs. Oh no! CNN, the Clown News Network, Tucker Carlson launches first episode of low-budget Twitter show after Fox News firing. And you know I always give it to you straight. I'm not afraid to criticize conservatives, or especially the fake conservatives, the brand name conservatives. So somebody needs to point this out, because this video does not have 37 million views as everybody's celebrating. It has a lot. I'll get into probably actually how many it has in a second, but these are impressions. And Elon hid the actual view count, and so he's trying to hype up how many supposed viewers are watching videos on Twitter, but these are impressions. So anybody who scrolls through Twitter, if that video scrolls past their feed, that counts as an impression. And if you scroll past it and somebody has retweeted it, and then that scrolls past your feed again, that is probably most likely counted as another impression. So 37 million people did not watch this video. Not to be picky here, stay tuned, because you got to see Brian Stelter's reaction to this. But on the back end of Twitter, users have a dashboard that shows the analytics of how many views a video actually has, or approximately how many views a video has, because just because somebody clicks on a video, that isn't counted as a view. Even on YouTube, usually there's an algorithm that determines a view is something like if somebody watches a video for maybe 30 seconds. And so the actual calculated view count on the back end is about 15%, maybe a little bit more, of the impressions. So if we take the 37 million views roughly at 15%, that still is 5.5 million views. That's more than Tucker was getting on Fox News. I think he was averaging maybe 3 million views, 2.5 million views, something like that. So definitely more views than his Fox News show.
By this point, it's possible that American citizens are the least informed people in the world. Your average yak herder in Tajikistan knows who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. It's obvious. Does he think some skinny dude in a dress is actually a girl? Come on. That idea would never occur to him. You've got to be lied to at full volume over a period of years in order to reach conclusions like that. And of course, we have been.
Absolutely. And that's why the mainstream media is especially mad at Tucker Carlson, because now he doesn't even have the restraints of Fox News telling him what he can and cannot say, or the guests that he can and cannot interview. Taylor Lorenz, the media reporter over at the Washington Compost, the psycho who doxed the woman who runs the Libs of TikTok Twitter account, says it's wild to see what a fish out of water he is on the internet. No jump cuts, no background music, no catchy thumbnail or video title. Not sure how he's going to stack up against even an average streamer or YouTuber. Sorry to tell you, lady, but as I already calculated, his views have already far exceeded that of what he would have gotten on Fox News.
I'm so sorry. You're fine. It's overwhelming.
But Brian Stelter is the hardest hit, because Tucker is now doing what little Brian hasn't been able to figure out yet in the almost year that he has been unemployed since CNN canceled his show. Tucker on Twitter is how Carlson's video is branded. Notice the right hand on the wide shot. He's using a teleprompter controller to run the prompter himself. Wow, that's quite a scoop, Brian. And since I'm the one who made you a star in the first place, introducing you to America by making fun of you with my parodies, I will teach you how to have your very own show on Twitter, too. You, too, can buy your very own teleprompter on Amazon for as low as $100. that operates using an iPad, which then reflects text off of the mirror, which you then read, just like you did when you worked for CNN. And I got another tip for you too, because I feel sorry for you. You know, when you and everybody else in the mainstream media does remote interviews over Skype, and you all wear those earbuds or those airbuds and look like morons with those things sticking out of your ears? Notice how the professionals do it. Here's me on the Alex Jones Show. I don't do a lot of interviews, but I make an exception for Alex once a year, maybe every other year, and it's hard to tell unless you really look close, but I'm wearing an earpiece, the same earpiece that the professionals use in their big, expensive studios in New York City. You could buy one of those on Amazon, too, for about $10. Something I figured out about 15 years ago. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below for you, Brian, and any other aspiring YouTubers out there who also want to look professional. But you also have to get one of these 2.5 millimeter 6-foot audio extension cables too, because this is too short to plug into the headphone jack. So you want to get the 2.5 millimeter extension cable, and then you plug that into the earpiece, and then plug that into the headphone jack. MSNBC's fake Muslim Mahdi Hassan said, "I kid you not, but Tucker Carlson's first episode of his new Twitter show is basically him doing a monologue and scrolling through his own teleprompter. And he said we should be asking more questions about what happened on 9/11 and insisted that we have proof that UFOs are real." I don't know about the UFO part. I'm still pretty skeptical about that, but people should definitely start asking questions about what really happened on 9/11 and Google Operation Northwoods. As far as the UFO thing, because I can already see the UFO buffs getting mad in the comments. What do you mean you don't believe in aliens? I'm not saying that I don't, but as far as this new whistleblower who came forward claiming that the military has intact vehicles of non-human origin, this is the same story that people have been saying for like 80 years, and still there's been no evidence of it. And as far as the videos that the Air Force has released showing what they're calling UAPs. Notice, they're not calling them objects. They're calling them UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon, because we don't know if it's some weird atmospheric condition, some weird form of energy that just happens to be floating around out there that's getting picked up by the radar. We don't know what these things are, or even that they are things. But speaking of other unusual phenomena, here's what's going on over at Fox News.
We are celebrating LGBTQ plus Pride Month by highlighting the community's culture and history.
And this morning we learned about AIDS activist, Reverend Dr. Steve Peters.
Okay, that's enough Fox News for me. If I want to hear about that, I'd tune into CNN. Let's see what's going on over at MSNBC for a change.
We start with Mar-a-Lago. CNN was the first to report that, quote, an employee at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence drained the resort's swimming pool last October and ended up flooding a room where computer servers containing surveillance video logs were kept. So, Now, whether the flooding of the IT room where, oh, hey, the surveillance video logs are kept, whether that was intentional or just a really unfortunate mistake, we do not know.
You obviously don't know anything, and if you missed my video yesterday, CNN concocted a brand new exclusive conspiracy about the flood, which got about an inch of water in the security room, which they think was done on purpose to try to destroy the hard drives of the security footage archives to hide the proof that Donald Trump was hiding classified documents from the Jack Smith investigation, violating the subpoena. But the water was only about an inch deep. It didn't damage any of the hard drives because it would have had to exceed about 3 feet to get to the hard drives and the security camera equipment. And so, of course, this is just pure insanity. Half the country's gone insane, including Mike Pence, who's expected to announce that he's running for president today. So delusional that he actually thinks that he has a chance. Donald Trump will most likely get indicted again fairly soon, and possibly even a third time somewhere else down the road. The Never Trumpers like Ben Shapiro are getting back to their roots, and the Republican establishment thinks that all of these indictments are going to bog him down so bad that the American people just aren't going to support him, and so they'll vote for Ron DeSantis instead. I like Ron DeSantis a lot. I think he'd make a fantastic president in 2028. But now is the time when everybody should be circling the wagons to defend Donald Trump. After everything that the Democrat Party and the deep state have done to him, I think that we owe it to him to get him back into power, into the Oval Office, to make him the most powerful man in the world once again, so that he can get revenge. If you agree, then order your Dare to Re-elect Trump shirt from my online store at markdice.com, or click the link in the description below. And the promo code MAGA25 should still save you 25% off of anything. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Enter the promo code MAGA25 at the checkout to save 25% off today, and check them out.